My name is Isagani Cruz. I want to welcome you to the first lesson for first-year high school students of the telecourse for students and teachers of literature. This lesson is divided into two parts. In the first part, students will learn how to read the story of Bantugan from the Maranao epic, the Darangen. In order to help the students understand the epic, we will listen to a scholar of Maranao literature. In the second part, teachers will learn how to use the teaching method known as jingle rap. To show teachers how the method works in the classroom, an outstanding teacher from the Department of Education, Regina Tirones, will do a demonstration class with first-year students of the Manila Science High School. The history of the Philippines is full of heroes, both real and imagined. One of our imagined heroes is Bantugan, the hero of a very, very long epic called Darangen. The Darangen is the epic of the Maranaos who live in Mindanao. Why do we read epics? Why do we read literature? Because reading literature is the best way to understand who we are, what we used to be, and what we can be. Every time we read an epic or any piece of literature, we become better persons because we understand other people more, we learn how to change the world, we learn how to change ourselves. One of our longest, oldest, and best epics is the Darangen. The Darangen has been declared by the UNESCO, or the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. The Darangen is the story of several heroes, but the most famous of them all is Bantugan. Bantugan is a great epic hero, a warrior that protected his people from invaders, a man that married the women he loved. Let us ask a Maranao literature scholar about the epic.
The word Darangen is derived from the Sanskrit darang, which means to chant. And there are two ways of presenting the Darangen. One is called Kandarangan, meaning to chant. And the other one is called Kandumana, which means to narrate the epic in a rhythmic pattern. What is the Darangen all about? The Darangen is considered a salsila, meaning genealogy, together with another Maranao narrative which is called Raja Indrapatra. Because when you talk of the genealogy of the Maranaos, they trace it to two sources. The epic source, which is Darangen and Raja Indrapatra, and the Islamic source, which is Sarif Kabungsuan. The Darangen is a story of the people, and the epic hero is called Paramat Abantugan. And within the Darangen, the first episode is called Diwatandaw Gibbon. And this talks about the first reign of the king of the kingdom, Natangkopan Aragat. And it talks about the characteristics of an ideal king or a sultan. And there are also other chapters like Kaplomna, which talks about marriage, all the rituals that is to be observed in marriage proposals. Kalomna is one of the sons of the epic hero Paramata Bantugan, and this becomes the source of inspiration of people in terms of the different rituals that is being observed in the marriage ceremonies. There is another chapter which is called Paramata Gandingan, and Gandingan means gong, and it talks about the playing of the kolintang. So you'll find there the origin of the kolintang, the gong, and the etiquettes that are followed in playing the kolintang, an orchestra. And there is another chapter which is called Kianggubat Imisuya, which talks about warfare. So as a whole, the Bantugan, Paramata Bantugan, I think we should use the term Paramata Bantugan, not Bantugan. And we should also be very careful when we see Bantugan and Bantugan, because Bantugan is the hero, Bantugan is another thing, it means pride. So what do we find in the epic? The only way to understand the Maranaos is to go into the values, the ethics, the belief systems, practices, and everything. In other words, the life cycle rituals of the Maranao, because this is the very source of what you would call an ideal person. So if you want to talk about who is the ideal person among the people, then you talk of the characteristics of the epic hero Paramat Abantugan. And you look at it as some kind of a mirror. It is a mirror of the culture of the people. Although when Islam came, you have two personalities that now are now responsible for the molding of an ideal person, and that is the hero Paramata Bantugan, and secondly the Prophet, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be unto him. So the Maranao, as we see today, is molded under these two personalities, the personalities of the epic hero, who is Paramata Bantugan, and the personality of the Muslim prophet, Prophet Muhammad. And of course, with modern education, all these three are responsible for the molding of the personality of the individual. And that's why even today, you will find a lot of characteristics, this idea of Maratabat, self-pride, or this idea of vengeance, this idea of honor or prestige, or preserving the society, you know, the community. These are all traced into the epic. In other words, the epic is the mirror of the culture of the people. And the only way that we can understand the people is to understand their literature, because it is in the literature we find the essence of being.
The Darangen is a long text written in verse consisting of 72,000 lines. The lines are full of exciting images and beautiful figures of speech. The story is simple. The hero, named Bantugan, is a great warrior. The kingdom where he lives is very powerful because no one wants to fight the king when Bantugan is around. Bantugan has only one weakness. He loves marrying beautiful princesses. This gets him into trouble with the king, who does not approve of his having so many wives. Your teacher will tell you the rest of the story. Today, we will try to appreciate the poetry of the epic by reciting it as though it were written in our own time. Read the lines on screen the way you normally read lines of poetry. Now, read the lines on screen the way you would read lines of hip-hop or rap music. This is the end of the first part of the lesson. The rest of the lesson is meant for teachers. When we teach literature, we can follow the paradigm for teaching literature that is called free. F for feeding the text, R for reading the text, E for enhancing the text, E for enjoying the text. There are many ways to teach the epic. In this lesson, we feed the text by telling students who Bantugan is and what the epic entitled Darangen is about. We then read the text together with our students in class. Then we enhance or enliven the text by using the method called the jingle rap method. Then we read the text again, this time enjoying it more. Let us look at how one teacher uses the jingle rap method.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Mabuhay, it's nice to see you.
Were you able to read the assignment I gave to you yesterday?
Yes.
What's the title of the epic I assigned to you, Eric?
Darangen.
Darangen. Okay, but before we talk about the Darangen, may I know who your favorite superhero is? Yes, Vita?
My favorite superhero is Batman because he's so intelligent.
Okay, good. How about you?
Captain Barbell
Okay.
because he's so strong and I idolize Richard Gutierrez.
Oh, so you like Richard Gutierrez, ah? Who else? How about John Paul?
I like Spider-Man because of his web-busting action.
Okay. Now, I know someone, a local superhero, who also possesses those qualities. Well, minus the web. Okay, so, so I'm going to show you some drawings of the famous hero from the Darangen. You know who is the most famous hero of the epic? Yes.
The most
Patrick.
famous hero in the Darangen is Bantugan.
Okay, Bantugan. Let's see. Tell me what qualities he possessed that made him famous based on the drawings. Yes, Meryl?
He's brave
He's brave. Why did you say he's brave?
because he fights a battalion of enemies.
All right, very good. How about this one? And what quality does he display here? Yes, Christian.
He's gentleman because he did not force the girl there to marry him, but he do it in a nice way.
All right, he does it in a nice way. Very good. How about this one? What quality does he display here? Yes, Emerald?
He is using his shield to fly.
Okay, very good. How about this one? What quality did he show here? Yes.
He is wise
All right, he's wise. Very good. How did you know he's wise?
because he's playing chess with the dad.
Okay, with another Datu. And we know that the Datus are all intelligent. And this one? What quality is this? Some other hands? Yes.
He's strong
Vladimir. Okay, he's strong. Why did you say he's strong?
because he single-handedly defeated a very large monster.
All right, a monstrous crocodile. Okay, so for today, what you are going to do is to interpret the lines I assigned to you yesterday through a jingle rap. Okay, you have your groups already. I have already assigned you your groups. Now you have to choose a rapper, the one who will rap, or you can have two rappers, and then the rest of you will have to use their body parts in order to produce the rhythm and the music that you need for your jingle rap. Okay, any question? I'll give you 5 minutes to practice. Go to your respective corners now. Okay, so who's going to be the rapper?
Us.
The two of you. Okay, and you will produce the sounds using your body parts. Okay, so what's your rhythm? How are you going to? Okay. All right. So you proceed with that. Discuss. Okay. And you? Who's going to be the rapper? All of us. All of you. But don't somebody should perform. Should work on the sounds, the rhythm. Who? Who's going? Okay. Time's up. Now let's go back to our proper places here. Look at the first group. Come on, you clap your hands too. Clap your hands too.
Everybody in the house say yo!
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 The prince continued dressing up. It sure like he was making up. He put the shirt to cover his breast. It covered his stomach and all the rest. So this
it's gonna click. It's the jingle rap we call it, and the method may look odd, but I guarantee you, teacher, your students will be awed.
The jingle rap method consists of asking students to recite an old poem as though it were a new one. More precisely, it is to adapt a poem in a traditional style to the hip-hop or rap style. The method is good because, first, it forces the students to read a text closely in order to get to know its meaning. Second, it allows students to use their own kind of music. And third, it enhances creative writing skills. There are other methods of teaching the epic. What we have done in this lesson is to show the teacher how to use the jingle rap method.
5, 6, 7, 8. So, are you ready? English in the house. What's making the fuse? Mama is my homie. That's here. Yeah. Into the science of the physical order. There was some events to return to more. Into the back. Okay, yeah.
Good one.
This is Isagani Cruz inviting you to watch other lessons in the series, a telecourse for teachers and students of literature.
Lend a helping hand. Muse provides you teaching tools, points you to the path to improve in all our schools. English, science, math. Let's upgrade the standard of our education. Let us all move hand in hand, educate our nation. Let the teachers go and teach. We are here for you. All together we will reach students old and new.